For anyone who is following along, welcome. This is one of our live sessions. Today we're going to build an AI voice agent, and at the end of the call, that AI agent will trigger a set of automations, as for example, sending a payment link to a client. So that is one of the use cases that we're requested a lot. So in that case, um, let's dive in. By the way, if anyone has any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's here on Zoom. Just let us know and we'll try to get to them as soon as we can. Ivo, do you want to kick it off?
Yeah, sure.
Alrighty.
All right. So one moment, I'm just preparing. Uh,
While you're prepping your workspace, one thing that I want to announce is some of the cool new features and some of the latest updates. So let's start with workspaces. We know that a lot of our customers have been asking for um, the ability to be able to uh, distribute their usage between different workspaces. And with that in mind, we delivered. So now you don't need to be an agency VIP customer. You can be pretty much on any plan and you can activate um, workspace settings that will enable you to distribute your usage among different workspaces. So pretty cool. And not only that, you can also set the reset cycle, monthly reset cycle per workspace independently. So it's something, a nice touch that Evo thought of. So kudos to him. On a second note, one thing that went live is we removed contact duplication. So previously, you were able to upload the same contact multiple times, which there are some arguments that it could be useful for some things. But in general, since we are moving more towards a unified system, want to be able to give you more context on past conversations. Therefore, merging those contacts will be the best way moving forward. The ID will always be the phone call because at the end of the day, we are an AI voice platform. So phone number first. On top of that, we also have some interesting news on the back end. So we've been stabilizing. We've been working on some small bug fixes here and there. Overall, just making everything better and more robust and reliable as our clients are making more and more calls every single day. So I think that's it from the latest updates. And today, since so many people requested, how can I trigger different actions after a call? I know that most or a lot of people use CRM systems like Go High Level or others that have an automation suite, but not all of them have. So we'll show you a way on how you can use Nedzo alone with, for example, Zapier or Make.com to make that happen.
yeah. So if you go to connections, because we're going to focus on building this in Zapier. Do you want to build it actually, or are you okay with it?
Yeah, I was about to say I'm super fine with how the agent is. It's more about like showing how the after effect can happen. So today it's not about
Yes.
prompting. Today it's about showing actions and triggers.
All right. So actions after the call are very easy to do with using the post call webhook. Um, we're going to create an example here in Zapier. And since we're going to use a webhook, we're going to use the trigger uh, as a webhook. So we're going to choose a catch hook. That means it's going to wait for any information that's coming in. And as soon as this, it's going to catch this information and you can use it throughout your whole automation. We don't need to fill any of this in right now. So now Zapier created a webhook URL and we're going to copy this. And then we're going back to Nedzo because this is where you paste this Zapier URL. Don't forget to save. Always just when you put it in there, save. And right now, Zapier has no idea what they have zero information. Like they have no idea what to do when any information is arriving. They don't know what it looks like. So what you need to do is test the webhook. Simply clicking this button once, a sample will be sent. You can test the trigger again. It's listening. And there we go. This is the request that I just sent from Nedzo. So now it has sample data. And based on this, you can create extra actions after this. So let's continue with this record. Let's say you only want to send a link when a specific criteria is hit.
We book an appointment or when we make a call transfer, for example.
Yeah, let's go on with transferred right now. So I'm going to create a filter. And by the way, this is only for when you only want to filter out one type of a report, because you're going to get a report for every conversation. This will filter out everything else and make sure that it will only be for transferred. If you want to do, if you want to work with different outcomes, you can use paths, for example. But right now, to keep it simple, we're just going to use a filter. So here we're going to choose the outcome. Right now, it comes with appointment booked as a sample.
Which is the same thing that everyone will, if they go to their recordings page, they always see the outcome there. So it's exactly the same thing they will see there. In case anyone is not 100% sure what type of outcome, you just go to the recordings page, you'll see like all the outcomes there are available to you.
Exactly. So when the outcome contains the text transferred, because that's the outcome we're filtering on right now, then it should continue. With the data that we have now, it would not have continued because it says appointment booked. So this is good. So let's continue. So now we have a catch hook, so it can receive data from Nedzo, and a filter, so we only use data if it's a transferred call. So what we want to do now, very simple. Do we have an email available? I think we do. There we go. Let's
Really
send them.
quick, just
Yes.
to expand on this, Zapier has multiple options, so you can send an email like this, or if you use Gmail or Outlook, they also have like your dedicated email sender. So if you have one of those, you can send through one of those. But if you want to send through Zapier, this is one of the options that they give to you.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a gazillion options. So let's go with the email right now. So we're going to send it to, we're going to click this plus. We're going to the information that Nedzo sent, which could be found in the catch hook. Then we're going to the email. We're going to have a subject. Here is your payment link. Well, let's see. We have a product. Let's create a new product. There we
By the way,
go.
for anyone who's not familiar, this is Stripe. This is one of the most well-known payment processors, and there are so many other different ones. This is just for us to create a product, really, and we can here create a payment link. So therefore, whenever someone shows interest, let's say, hey, they're interested, you can send them a payment link right away.
Yeah. So let's just create one real quick. There we go. Copy it. Oh, then we need to go to Zapier. Let's use the first name in the email. So, hey, John, here is the payment link um, to confirm your spot in our coaching program. Anything. This can be anything you want, of course. You can create this, you can make an HTML link for this. I'm not going to do this right now because it should automatically do that already in the email. You can make the whole email however you want. You can even say like, hey, we had a call with you on, and then the date. I hope you remember us. Just as an example. I mean, this is going to happen immediately after the call. But if,
just
for example,
just imagine you're receiving an email with a link to Pi and like, oh, I don't even remember having this call.
that would be hilarious. Thank you very much. We will see you there. It's just to show that you can use multiple variables in one
Exactly.
step. Kind
Yeah.
regards.
Now,
coaching.
one thing that I would love to do, just so I think this is a very normal use case, right? It doesn't mean that of course, you can send any link, you can send information, like it's up to you. I think everyone gets the point. And now there are a couple other things that I think we'll cover throughout this video, which is the main use cases. First is email. After that, we'll tackle notifications, which is probably you will want to notify your team, hey, this automation worked, or this is what happened. A third one would be sending a text message. And perhaps a fourth one that some people ask is not only email, text, and notifications, but also, it just slipped my mind. I had one in mind. It was a good one. Let's keep going. I know I will remember the fourth one.
All right. So we click next. We're gonna see like, hey, this is what the action is actually gonna do. It's gonna send to the email. This is gonna be the subject, and here's gonna be the body, the email. We didn't fill anything in right there, but you can, for example, put yourself in the CC or the BCC if you want to get all those emails as well. And then we're gonna test the step. It should work. There we go. And this is what I meant. It's automatically already creating some HTML. Oh, it's not making the link HTML. So you might need to do that yourself.
Yeah.
All right.
And by the way, I just remembered before it slips again, which is one thing that you probably want to do is, let's say you use Salesforce or use HubSpot or even go high level, or Monday.com. Doesn't matter what system you use, and you want to update, you want to extract information from the call and update different fields. Let's say if they mentioned their date of birth, if they mentioned their address, if they mentioned what's their budget, their needs. So all these things can be extracted, and we will show you how on this video. So now we just showed you how to send outbound emails. Super simple. Which one do you want to tackle next, Ivo?
Well, actually, I can use a use case that we had last week, which was if a contact exists within HubSpot, then we need to update the contact. And if the contact does not exist in HubSpot yet, we need to create it and fill in all the information. Now, I'm saying that, but I'm pretty sure we don't have an HubSpot account.
We don't, but I mean, the same could be done with, for example, any CRM, right?
Yeah, exactly. It can be any CRM, Salesforce, Go High Level. We hear a lot about what's that one lately?
Follow-up boss.
Follow-up boss, yes. Pipe Drive, anything basically. As long as it can accept webhooks, it's possible. So what we did there, I'm not going to completely fill everything in because that's going to take too much time. But we did a search on find contact. Yeah, I need to connect hotspot. I cannot do that right now. But basically, after that, we created a path. And here, path A was if the hotspot. Okay, I cannot find it now. But if the contact was found, then we went here. If the contact was not found, then we go here. And based on
Can we
that,
do
you
it?
can create a different. Sorry?
I was about to say you can do it with, for example, Go High Level, which is a CRM that we are currently using. So that would be a good example.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we have Go High Level connected
Loaded. I think we have.
uh, as lead connector, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Ooh.
The latest one.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to. You mean this one?
No, the first one.
Yeah. Should we do that? Yeah, it
Yeah,
doesn't really matter actually. Yeah.
we can use it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna delete this one by the way. So lead connector, we're gonna do we have finds here? We don't have find. But luckily there's add or update contact. So actually you don't need a path for Go High Level. This is different per CRM what you're using. Like HubSpot has a separate step for finding and for updating. Go High Level has it all in one. So let's go. We're gonna put first name here from the catch hook. First name, last name. We're gonna do it last name. We're gonna use the phone number also in here. Phone. We're gonna use the email. And basically, like depending on how you have Go High Level set up, it's by default it's using both. If it finds either the phone or the email, then it will update the contact. Let me see. Mark as lead, true. Yeah, there's a lot of fields. There we go. Let's just test. And it created, and here you have the contact ID, which you might be able to use later.
Hmm.
Um,
So just to recap, right now, we already showed you how a call ended, and we are using that the information of that call to one, send an email directly to the contact, right? Secondly,
mhm.
updating your CRM system.
Yeah.
Now, let's say that we want to send a notification to our Slack so that we can notify our team, hey, we just got this call just got transferred
Let me see.
to
Do you have
Slack, I
to,
mean,
yeah,
Slack.
I know. I'm gonna see if it's possible. Because maybe on Slack, we might want to give some extra information to the team members, right?
Good idea.
So here we're gonna create, I'm always forgetting which one it is. I think it's sent prompt, right? Yes. Is it? Yes. We're gonna use, um, whew, let's just use this one. I think that's the last one.
For
So
those
we're
who are feeling
gonna,
a little bit more sassy, we can also do DeepSeek.
exactly, yeah. So the prompt. So what you want to do with ChatGPT, you want to instruct it like, hey, what the role is. So it's gonna, it has to look at a transcript, and then it has to extract the information from that transcript to let us know, like, hey, for example, what is the budget for this user? So let's say you are an expert um, transcript evaluator. I will give you a transcript, and you need to find the transcript between our AI and user, and you need to find the budget that the user has for this project. And what you're going to do then, make sure that it knows that it should only output the budget. So for example, here you can add only give me the budget, don't add any extra comments or markups. And then we're going to make a white line, and we're going to add from the webhook, we're going to add the transcript, because we're also sending that at the end of the call. With the webhook, we're sending the transcript. Temperature, we would like to set it low at 0.3, so it's more deterministic in the task. We're not setting any length or any of these right now. This is all good. So I think we can test. I don't think it's going to work now because the account that is connected to it doesn't work anymore. So let's just skip the test for now, but this is at least how we do it for some specific information.
And just before you keep going, just spend a little bit more time on this step, because I think this is a very important step, which is it doesn't matter what large language model you use, Anthropic, OpenAI, DeepSeek, you use whatever you feel comfortable with. Now, the idea here is that you can use one of these LLMs to, one, extract information from the transcript of the call, two, to determine, like, as Ivo showed, like what the budget is. That is not extracting. It can determine based on the conversation. Or, for example, you can go as far as determine what's the budget, authority, need, and timeline of this prospect about X, Y, and Z, right? Or you can say, hey, give me just a date when they are looking to move forward, or what is their biggest concerns. And then now, of course, you could use these dynamic responses even to update your CRM system, different fields of your CRM system. Or as we are about to show you now, how you can now send this a notification to your team and give this extra content. Let's say it's your sales team, they might want to know a little bit more about a specific thing, or if it's a customer support.
Yeah, so let's do send a channel message. We are gonna send it in team general. Hey there, a new call has been transferred, because this example is for a transferred agent. They already received the payment link. Here is their information. And this is just real quick and dirty solution, but you can make this a lot more comprehensive, more you can put anything in here you want. You can make it look better, more useful, but this is just like a quick example so you can maybe get inspired what you can do with your own information from your own calls. So let's just go with name. We're gonna do first name space last name, email. We're gonna do email and then budget. We're gonna add the ChatGPT step here, and we're gonna do choices. Oh, no, it should be this one. Sorry, it should be
Yeah, the
response.
response.
Yeah. So now it's gonna send a message with name, email, and budget. Then let's just do for fun. We're also gonna add the summary at the bottom. So then the team has a good overview about this new lead that came in. you can choose like, do you want to send us a bot? Yes or no? I'm just going to keep it yes right now, just for simplicity, but you can adjust a lot of these things. Let's continue. We're going to test. There we go. And if I look at our
Hello.
Slack now, we
Hey.
have a
Oh,
message. Um, so this is
there we
working.
go. Can we show that message on our channel so that people can see it?
Yes, of course.
Of course, this is with
Um,
dummy data. And we this is just for sake of example, but nonetheless should give you a good overview of 4 steps automated already.
yeah, there we
Oh, and by
go.
the way, if anyone has any questions in the meantime, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's here live on Zoom, you feel free to drop them in the chat and we'll get back to you ASAP.
Yeah, so here you see, because of the automation created, Zapier joined the Slack channel, and then it sent the message as we just created.
Exactly.
So there we go.
Can we go back to the automation flow? Because I feel that we are just touching on the surface level here.
Mm-hmm.
So we already did something great. One thing that a lot of our customers ask for is, "Hey guys, can I send a text message after the call?"
Of course.
Um, yes, you can, and you don't need to do it through a CRM system even. You can manage contacts directly within Nedzo. You get the context of the conversations. So as long as you integrate with something like, for example, this, like Zapier or Make, these tend to be pretty user friendly. You
Yeah.
can then trigger all these different actions, and
And
we'll have some
also,
news.
yeah, and also based on again outcome or based on you can put a chat GPT step when asking like, hey, is this user asking for an SMS, yes or no? And if it's yes, you can add the SMS step, for example. There's a million opportunities for everything.
Yeah. One last thing, even though it's not necessary, that I would love to do after the text,
Mm-hmm.
it would be to create a loop where now we feed new information back to Nedzo, which is we will
All right.
update a contact. So based on all this whole sequence, now we will, just for the sake of example, we'll update one field of that contact and show you how you can create this loop and keep adding context to the the AI agent. All right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we can do that by going into let's say you have a campaign running with list A, and after that, if they booked an appointment, you want to add them to list B, we can use this. So we can use the webhook. So then we're gonna do webhooks. We're gonna do a post webhook. We're gonna send it to Nedzo. And here we are gonna add the organization. And then here you have to put your organization and list. And here your list ID. Just to show you, you can find your organization ID and list IDs here.
Quick question that we get
Uh,
sometimes. Could we update a field like job title, for example?
yes, we can. Um, yes. We don't have this as a copy paste available. I think we should really do that.
Yeah, that's what
Like
I'm
for
asking.
example,
I had that
yeah,
question
for
yesterday.
example,
It was a good
this.
question.
Yeah, we don't. We should. This is for if you want to make one single call. We should make this text available for when you're doing a call, actually. I don't have it right now, but that might be like an update for this video or later. But you want to do Where is it? I'm not 100% sure. Is it here or the next one?
No, it's before
No.
that. I think we need to change instead of form, the payload type. I think we need
Ah,
to
yeah,
make
of course. Raw.
JSON.
Yeah.
Yeah.
JSON raw. Um, Interesting.
We might need to probably
Um,
delete the fields before that, probably.
yeah, but I prefer to work with raw, but it's
Oh, custom. There we go.
custom.
Oh no.
It's back to form again. Okay, so this is interesting. Yeah. So I don't, this is something we have to figure out through Zapier. Uh,
Essentially, what they would do, just for the sake of illustration, illustrating it,
mhm.
on those data points. So where you had organization, can you show it again? Like, can you just add it again? Organizational list.
Yeah.
Just like we're adding, just like we're adding organizational lists, we would do something similar as to adding now another field. It would be in JSON, but it would another field like job title. And one sassy thing that we can do, even though we are working on a in-house solution for this very soon, but one thing we could do is instead of that XYZ, we can go click on the plus. We can find the summary of last call, of the last call,
Hmm.
the summary, and add it here. Now, what will this create? We will have, just so you know, FYI, we are working very hard on pushing custom fields so you can create all custom fields you want. No hard ETA on that, but we're working on it. Now, this is a quick workaround for now. And what it would enable you to do is create a smart AI voice agent that whenever it starts a new call, it has information of the previous call, right? So
Yeah.
now if we would go back to Nedzo, to the prompt, and we would add a section in one of the sections, doesn't matter where, for example, in the specifics, we could add this for your information or for context, in the context section probably.
Yeah.
Tell them this
But
is the summary of your last interaction with this user, and then copy and paste the
mhm.
dynamic field. So of course we're using job title, soon we're using custom fields, but this is just to show you how powerful you can now, instead of dumb AI agents, you can have smart AI agents that will remember past conversations. And again, our team is working very hard on making this even more seamless. But this is just to show you what is possible. And we are literally just scratching the surface. So I think that wraps up the build. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment or send it, let us know. And for now, if anyone has any questions.